Since the Barcelona tests ended, the paddock has had only one true agenda: Adrian Newey's radical, aggressive and boundary-pushing green beast, the AMR26. This isn't just a car drawn by one man, it's the product of a massive design army established in Silverstone under Newey's captaincy, yet every line and aerodynamic curve screams his famous touch to the world. In his latest interview, Newey gave paddock-shaking details about the future of this car, the wind tunnel correlation crises they faced, and how close they actually came to not even making it to Barcelona. By stating that the Melbourne version will be as different as night and day from what we see now, Newey has launched a very sneaky psychological war against his rivals. Does Aston Martin truly have a championship beast, or is this just a baseline designed to mislead the competition? Before we dive into our analysis, if you could subscribe to the channel to follow these technical leaks and the Newey revolution with me, you'd be providing fantastic support for us to grow together. Now let's begin to deconstruct Newey's critical clues and the masterpiece identity of the AMR26. Adrian Newey's Aston Martin adventure will go down in history as one of the paddock's biggest catch-up stories. Newey candidly admitted that while all other rivals entered the wind tunnel for the 2026 cars in January 2025, Aston Martin's new CoreWeave facility didn't hit full capacity until mid-April. This meant being exactly 4 months behind. However, Newey used this situation not as a disadvantage but as a window of opportunity. By claiming we have the best wind tunnel in F1, he emphasized the correlation success they achieved in such a short time. The AMR26, designed starting in mid-April, shows Newey's risk management genius. Even when he said, "I'm not sure what's right, but we chose a philosophy and stuck to it," he couldn't hide that snotty grin that rattles the paddock. This 4-month gap might have actually allowed Newey to freeze the design by learning from rivals' mistakes and using the most up-to-date data. This is a strategic move that could render thousands of hours spent by rivals in the wind tunnel obsolete. The most shocking claim in Newey's interview was that the car we saw in Barcelona will be unrecognizable by the first race in Melbourne. Stating that the version racing in Melbourne will be very different from the Barcelona shakedown, Newey noted that many new aerodynamic implementations would be added as early as the Bahrain tests. This proves the AMR26 was in Barcelona only for systems checks and data correlation, while its true aero potential is still hidden in the factory's secret bays. Newey's strategy is built on presenting a baseline car to feed rivals false or basic data, while hiding the truly aggressive parts until the last second. The front wing and bodywork we'll see in Bahrain will be Newey's real checkmate move in the 2026 hierarchy. By Melbourne, we expect a full metamorphosis. The car will practically shed its skin. This could be the biggest aerodynamic concealment operation in history, designed to prevent rivals from copying the AMR26. The most discussed technical detail of the AMR26 is its suspension geometry. The wishbone layout in the front suspension is so radical that even Williams boss James Vowles expressed his amazement during his livery launch, saying, "I didn't think that was physically possible." By uniting mechanical designers and aerodynamicists, Newey designed the suspension arms to act as flow-directing aerofoils. The rear suspension connecting directly to the rear wing pylon aims to revive the band beam wing effect through mechanical components. Through this holistic package, Newey has managed to channel air from the front to the rear in the smoothest and cleanest way. Turning mechanical platforms into aero shapes is Newey's biggest 2026 weapon. These parts aren't just suspension, they are the invisible warriors of the active aero system. Newey has transformed the suspension from a mechanical part into the car's aerodynamic heart. The massive rumor whispered in the dimly lit garages of the paddock has finally surfaced: electronic front wing control. The front wing of the AMR26 seen in Barcelona looked quite basic and underdeveloped compared to the rest of the car's aggressiveness. However, leaks suggest Newey is working on a far lighter electronic solution to escape the weight of heavy hydraulic systems. If Aston Martin can implement this technology, they will not only achieve weight savings but also outpace rivals by reducing the transition time between active aero modes to milliseconds. Newey's RB18 strategy, start the season heavy, shed grams every race, might be in play here. The new front wing we'll see in Bahrain could be the first physical evidence of this electronic revolution. Ditching hydraulic lines is the sneakiest way to optimize the center of gravity at the front. This move could be the secret key that unlocks true performance. It is claimed that Newey is hiding the real bomb in his development calendar for the Miami Grand Prix. This massive update package, arriving around race 5 or 6, is expected to catapult the AMR26 to a point in the hierarchy that rivals cannot reach. Aston Martin engineers are already processing Barcelona data in F1's best tunnel to prepare this giant package. Newey's warning to keep an open mind indicates that the car's potential will grow not just through aero bits, but through its deep integration with the Honda engine. Don't let Honda's current laid-back demeanor fool you. the ultra-tight packaging demanded by Newey is extreme enough to push Honda's thermal limits to the edge. The Miami package will be the AMR26's turbo mode on the road to the championship, and that's where Newey will prove to the paddock if his 2026 gamble has paid off. This package could define the fate of the rest of the season. For Adrian Newey, the title of team principal isn't just an administrative role, it's the authority to unite every bolt, every cell of the engine, and every aerodynamic molecule under a single vision. Newey defines the AMR26 not just as a chassis, but as a holistic package integrated with the engine. The most radical response to George Russell's statement that the sexiest car doesn't win, the fastest one does, came from Newey, a machine that is both sexy and terrifyingly radical. Honda still hiding its engine modes and fuel loads being a lottery obscured the true power in Barcelona. However, Newey's total control over this project and the fact that everyone hangs on his every word shows that the hierarchy within Aston Martin now revolves around a single brain. This discipline and Newey's endless hunger for innovation make the AMR26 the biggest wildcard of 2026. In the loud finale of Barcelona, among the carbon fiber dust settling over the paddock and the smell of burnt high-octane fuel, one truth shone with diamond-like clarity. The Red Bull-Ford partnership is not just a marketing move or a logo placement, but the newest and darkest nightmare of the paddock, and the absolute favorite at the top of the 2026 hierarchy. During this intense 5-day marathon, the 622 laps and approximately 3,000 kilometers of durability data were not just statistics, but a flawless and shocking engineering manifesto delivered straight to their rivals. And the scary part is this: it's only the beginning, just the visible tip of the iceberg. While Audi and Honda struggled with reliability issues and endless red flags, Red Bull's Swiss watch stability clearly showed that the 2026 power balance has already shifted before the season even started. Milton Keynes engineers turned what was once only a chassis center into one of the most efficient and fully integrated engine factories in modern Formula One. At the same time, Adrian Newey's latest details about the AMR26 and the technical leaks from deep within the paddock reveal that Aston Martin is aiming not just for podiums, but for complete technological dominance. Despite a 4-month delay, Newey relied on advanced wind tunnel work, aggressive suspension geometry, and smarter aero concepts to promise a completely different car in Melbourne. Perfecting the millisecond transitions between X mode and Z mode and fully integrating Honda's electric power with the chassis, this vision could completely redraw the 2026 power map. So, can Aston Martin become the king of 2026? Can Fernando Alonso finally reach his 3rd title and go far beyond 33 wins? Or are we about to witness another unexpected twist in this rapidly changing technical era? Let's discuss every leak and technical detail in the comments. Your insights are our compass, and every small observation helps us see the bigger picture more clearly. As the F1 Perspective team, we'll keep bringing you the freshest paddock updates and hidden engineering stories. Until the next analysis, I wish you safe, stable, and fast exits from the pit.